there is that, isn't there?
Yeah. So let's not go there. Oh.
Hi, Gender Blenders. Welcome to week 145. And this week's topic, we decided we are going to talk about appropriate ordering of stages in your transition.
Yeah.
So you can order one from column A and one from column B.
No.
No.
I
Okay.
don't think that's... You're not going to get it out of a J.C. Penney's catalog.
That is very true.
Okay.
So how would you do? What would you do? What would you
Well, if I had a choice versus the way that I ended up having to start my transitioning, first thing you need to do is you need to build your plan. In order to do that, you're going to need to achieve a letter, according to the WPATH standards of care.
That's right.
To get an actual prescription from a doctor. Then you're going to need to find a doctor who is certified and or transeducated to help you with the appropriate HRT medications and levels that you're going to have to be put on. So that would be the very first, I'd say 2.
That's
the next thing you need to do, I would say, is that you need to have yourself a mentor.
Oh, absolutely.
Put together a mentor.
Find somebody that's gone through this that you can trust.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, someone that's going to be with you, someone that you can call and talk to if you need to when you feel depressed. Because you're going in transition, you're going to go through a mixed bag of emotions.
Oh, yeah.
Feelings, characteristic changes.
A whole bunch of stuff's going to change on you, so you're going to need.
And you don't want to overly expect things, so you're not going to know whether or not this is appropriate, needed, or
exactly.
So you need to have talk to someone.
Since you're charting sort of unknown territory in your own life, that's important.
That's absolutely true.
And,
yes, I'd say 3 months, 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
Is all it's needed.
And
sometimes shorter.
The other thing that a mentor is going to help you with, and I know a lot of people have kind of fallen into a trap of going to a therapist who really just wants to, when you're going around that little Monopoly table and they're collecting the $200, but you're never passing go.
Right.
And so all they're interested in is for them to collect their money.
Right, and they keep waylaying you longer than what's necessary.
Absolutely.
But biggest thing is getting that HRT letter, because you're going to need to get that.
Yep.
Now, after you found that, you've gotten the doctor, and you got a doctor who's giving you, and you're going to start on your medication.
Yay!
Okay, your anti-androgens, your estrogens, and stuff like that. The doctor's going to put you on the proper dosages you're going to need to be taking. Normally, the standard there is between 6 and 8 milligrams of estrogen a day, whether it be estradiol or estrofem or whatever.
Whatever.
Yes, and your anti-androgens, which is going to be spironolactone, and stuff like that. Normally, it's not a good thing to go on Premarin, because Premarin is actually a forced estrogen, and is synthesized rather than being a natural estrogen. And a lot of times those carry with them a lot of side effects.
Yeah, there are
some side effects. You're going to want to watch and avoid some of that stuff.
Yeah, so, so there's some good points and some bad points, and the best thing to do is to make sure that you know.
And know what's best for you.
Right, exactly.
You know what your activities are during the day, whether patches are going to work. Know what your absorption rate is. That's very important. A trans specialist doctor will know what your absorption rates are and whether or not that's going to do you any good.
Right.
The measurement of your blood tests and stuff that you have on a regular basis.
Yeah, actually, that's one thing that we don't have down on our little cheat sheet is over there.
We don't have to tell them how cheat sheet.
What cheat sheet? No.
Just deflate one of those. Careful, we'll deflate. Careful, we'll deflate the other one.
They won't deflate you. That's me!
Oh! Okay. Well, how did I know? So they're leftover balloons from the Halloween party.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Oh, those weren't balloons either, were they?
Right.
Okay. After you've done that, you want to start looking at the things that are necessary, depending upon where you're going to go with your transition. Okay. One of the things you need to do is the coming out process. know how you're going to get started coming out to family, to friends, to work. Are you going to come out part-time? Or are you going to come out full-time like I did? 100%, right off the bat.
Yeah.
Do not mix up coming out slowly and or coming out part-time or coming out full-time with whether or not you're going to come out at all because you're waiting to be passable. Improper way of doing things.
I think a lot of people
do that.
Do wait until, I'm not going to come out full time until I'm fully passable, and I think that's really a mistake. I really think it is.
Very big mistake.
Yeah.
Very, very, very big mistake. Because you become a recluse and you end up hurting yourself in the process.
Yeah.
And you end up hurting others in the process too, because you have a lot more explaining to do, and you don't really achieve overcoming those fears. Yeah. Those fears of being known of who you are. Those fears of rejection that you're going to get. Because you're going to have some rejection.
That's exactly the point. The fear there is, in coming out, it's an unknown.
Mm-hmm.
And the fear there is people are going to reject me. And that's why should I come out?
Is it going to be your family's going to reject you? Is it going to be your friends going to be rejecting you? Are you going to be rejected when you go out to the grocery store? Or you're just looking at the fact that, oh, wait a minute, I get scoped.
Yes.
Hon, guess what? Somebody's got to go do that grocery shopping for you. Someone's got to go out go clothing shopping.
Yeah.
Someone's got to go out and buy your toilet.
So what happens is that's where people will come out one way at home and then go back to their old. You know what?
That's like going back into the womb. You can't do it.
You can't do it. It doesn't work.
No,
it will not get you over the fear.
No. You have to overcome that fear.
That's right.
You have the fear of going out and driving in your car and someone looking over at you from their car. You have that. That's the first fear. The other fear is going to the grocery store or going to the doctors or going to see your family. The family affairs, your Christmas and Thanksgiving, and how are you going to handle all that?
Yeah.
Is it going to be as you, or is it going to be as the personification? So coming out is a very important part. Yeah. But the other part of that is, knowing where you're going to go, how far you're going to go.
Yeah. Because
plain and simple, you got a lot of things to do. You got to change all your documentation.
Yeah, actually, we kind of skipped over that a little bit, but
but you need to do that
early on in your transition.
Within the
Not late.
Yes, within the first
early on.
You need to start making plans to do that within the first 3 to 4 months. You should start planning on getting your documentation changed.
Yeah,
starting with getting your name changed.
Yeah, we started writing a few things down. Well, what are the folks going to need to do? Well, there I said folks again.
Yeah, you did.
But what are people going to need to change?
Let some more air out.
Name change.
In the flat tires.
Yes, that's true. Ooh.
Put inner tubes in there.
Name change. Driver's license, social security card, insurance, medical records,
checking and savings accounts.
Yeah. Work records.
Yeah, investments.
Wills.
Oh, passports.
Property records.
Yes. Oh, your voting registration.
Don't forget to vote.
Oh, definitely.
Vehicle IDs. Registration.
Yeah, your gender marker.
Yeah.
On your birth certificates.
Don't forget the gender marker.
Oh, on your driver's license and
birth certificates and, that sort of good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Credit cards.
Yes. And then, of course, you have your personal and your professional society memberships and stuff that you may belong to.
AAA, in my case, it's IEEE kind of a thing. It's the various and sundry stuff.
Yeah. You can
stuff that you belong to.
Yeah. Mine was an Octagon A.
Ah, that's true. And don't forget your educational records.
Oh, yeah, your college records, stuff like that. You got to get all that stuff changed. And your credit cards, of course.
Yeah,
there's lots of different things you have to do. Okay, so, these are the things you need to do. First thing I'd say is get your name changed. Call your Bureau of Motor Vehicles. Find out if they require a declaration of gender
gender
change,
complete thing or something.
Gender complete change, whether it be you're in transitioning, your doctor can, normally a lot of the states, Trans Ohio, Trans Georgia, Trans California, all states have something
like that.
Of that.
To get. First thing that I had to do was get my court-ordered name changed, and I think that's relatively common.
Right.
And then after I got that done, then I could get my driver's license changed.
Right.
And then I could go in and get a doctor to, in the process of getting my driver's license changed, I could get a doctor to say that I was either complete in my transition or in process in my transition, get the little F marker in my driver's license.
But the problem is remember that if he says that you're in transition,
then you got to go around again.
You're going to get a temporary passport or temporary gender marker change.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it's better to go to
and get
your
the
doctor
permanent
since
thing.
you're certified and saying that you have completed and you are completing the process to him.
That's
so that you can get it.
where it helps to
absolutely.
have a trans specialist, someone who knows.
Mentor.
Yeah, and a mentor to do that.
But
when you got a doctor that does that, if they understand that they
know how to work around.
Yeah, they can declare you complete. Yes, she is a girl.
Because remember, the WPATH standards of care is not a requirement for you to have any further surgical.
That's right.
Surgeries done to yourself.
Now,
it's absolutely not necessary to be declared complete.
Right. Now, individual states vary in what they allow you to do.
But WPATH period, nationwide.
Yeah, is nationwide.
I don't care what state you're in. Plain and simple, it is not a requirement for the WPATH standards of care, which is worldwide. It's a worldwide practice. You can be declared complete without having to have surgery.
That's true.
Without any further need or necessity for surgery. So don't let someone tell you otherwise. That is not the truth. It's written right here in black and white in WPATH standards of care. Okay, one of the other things you need to take care of is making sure that you are working on yourself. One of the things I see so many people doing is they're saying, okay, well, I'm transitioning, but they don't really take care of themselves. They're very unhappy with the fact, with how they look. They don't work on improving themselves every single day. Right. As a transsexual and in transitioning, if you're going to transition, why would you want to transition and have a guy's voice? Why would you want to transition and want to have and look like a guy because you're not even worried about it because you're so convinced by others, the soothsayers and everything else, that changes are not going to happen to you. They're not going to happen without you working on yourself.
I tell you what, if you work on it
every day.
Right, if you work on it, the changes will happen.
Yes, absolutely they do. Oh gosh, tell me about it. Oh, I'm going, oh gosh, these things were, I didn't even plan on these things.
Yeah, the girls worked out pretty nice. They worked out pretty nice for me.
My girls are still growing, and that's what upsets me about it. I don't need them to grow anymore. You need to understand also how far you're going to go. Yeah. Are you going to want gender corrective surgery?
Yeah.
Are you going to, which a lot of people call SRS?
Yeah.
Or are you going to get the electrolysis? Is it going to be electrolysis, or is it going to be laser surgery to remove the hair from your face? And don't worry about the hair and stuff on your arms and stuff like that. A lot of that dissipates and stuff like that with transitioning. Yeah. But it takes a while. Nothing happens overnight.
Make sure you get the right person too. If you find somebody and you go in and say, sure, we can get rid of that hair for you, and they pull out a Dremel tool, you're in trouble.
You're mixing up electrolysis with a dentist.
Oh. Well, maybe they are.
But in any case, there's a lot more. There's a lot more we could discuss, because there are so many different things that you could have done to you regarding FFS.
Yep.
Getting your the testosterone damage and that corrected on your face.
But that's a good start for getting you appropriately ordering. Maybe there's some things there to think about.
Right. Yeah.
Because if you do things way, 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 way out of order, you're just going to make it a lot harder on yourself.
Absolutely. 100%. That's right.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's enough for today, and we'll talk more about this in our next upcoming video.
Yeah.
My name's Stephanie.
I'm Stephanie.
Bye-bye.
Hi, everyone.